talking about locks. Taylor, if you will be smarter than the person who preserves egg-like avatar for too long, when you have a avatar that as I said, like much more, then you will be able to actually to use it in plenty of ways. So strictly speaking, to prove that this iPhone was wiped out and erased at particular date, that's not my problem. But this date allows us to restore chain of events that everyone already knows in well, so we are interested in checking on Apple here. Look, what are we talking about? We are talking about importance of logs and the fact that logs are actually stored somewhere on hardware level. So this is about well, Xiaomi smartphone. Well, and anyway, even though that smartphone is in my hands, it's well, in Samsung first. Anyway, well, logs should be cross-exchanged and stored very, very, very carefully. Well, what do we have here? Look, it was 242 days ago, and 242 days ago was approximately December, well, 1st December of 2022. Well, it was 244 days, something like this, but that's approximately, because precise here is not required. So that was around those dates. Well, yeah, you don't know which price precisely, because in this case it's not important, because it's not like when, like in the previous video with Katy Perry and Goldman Sachs. So it was somewhere around this date. And well, maybe, well, you know, that's December 1, and it's said that it's 242. So I mean, you see, that's what I asked Katie to resolve, and she definitely has progress in this, because frequency of alarms increased. That means that people are concerned. So, oh. No, well, we will stand, of course, that number, because that's one of my main numbers, and because actually we excluded that person. Somewhere here I sold this iPhone, and that's where the fact that Apple stores my logs started to play some role, and we see that Apple started to grow in such interesting way. Why there was that drop down? Well, there are many explanations, and actually, you know, people could just wait for some events that would, because we didn't, it was before earthquake, and it was not obvious that it will be so important, but somewhere here, people who were aware about what is coming and that there is direct connection, they started to slowly flip it back, because you see that, well, here we see that loss, well, around 25%, and here, well, 57% of growth approximately. But if we, well, that would be somewhere here, well, doesn't matter. Anyway, around 32% of growth, or from December 1, 30, well, anyway, 32. And the thing is that that's, well, there is one 6A, without them that's, well, I mean, you know, well, But in the field of those stupid speculations, with people who are currently, well, actually, that's it's just pleasant to have them. We see that change, and so Xiaomi, of course, very very grateful to you, but grateful in both ways, because eventually you. Well, okay, look, Xiaomi, let it be. Though I want them to cross exchange those locks, so let's strictly well, in Samsung there. Samsung seemingly people are not sure about whether the moment of the shutter is written in logs. Well, I'm sure that it is, but again, that's not my problem to be proving to people that this is the case, because well, developers and people who are inside of the company, they know the answer for sure, and I'm sure that the answer is yes, because yeah, that's definitely must be written in logs. So see, that's this. That's already. That's where I said about that observation. No, that's Capcom. No, I just showed that the one more point didn't change dynamics of Capcom. Well, though now there was addition, but there was addition because of one a little bit different thing. Whereas you're fulfilling that order. Well, I mean, of course, this part can be excluded from consideration, but I don't want to exclude it from consideration. This order, well, you followed this order, I mean, Taylor, my wife, Taylor Swift, this one. And that accelerated dynamics of fall of rubble, and it was also after July 20, and a little bit brought back Xiaomi to life. So we see that that's about logs. And here, yeah, this one, Xiaomi. No. Well, monthly chart. Like somewhere here we had that. Well, July 20. So you see after this there are sort of such impulses, and then well, July 24. That's this stuff. What's this stuff? Well, that's July 27, and this one. Yeah, that's it. So we had first impulse somewhere here, and then it was amplified by this day, and then we saw that goes. And well, they are grateful to you in both senses, and right now rather in positive sense. Well, that's this 94 from. Well, yeah, you have such avatar that you should have kept. And so this is. It was. Let's instantly switches. Well, I mean, that's really not my problem, and not your problem. Well, that's very important for you to understand. And well, yeah, I mean, really, we don't need any more this clowning with 100 or anything like this. We need, well, you know what I need, what you need. So that 94 or 106 that appears from here, and that was well, that resulted into me writing that order, and then eventually helped Xiaomi to change its dynamics. So with Samsung, yeah, the same will happen. But well, look, that's really not my problem. But people will. Oh, Meta, of course, here was sort of a, well, because no, what the fact. Well, I raised this urgently, right? Well, I said I didn't, so that's it. So such picture on Meta and on Apple after I sold that iPhone, and here, well, yeah, that's Apple on this after I. So that's all. That's somewhere here, yeah, like this, and well, what that means for you. Oh, here it's quite a lot of space for growth. At Xiaomi as well, at Samsung especially. Well, with Samsung, you see that latest point, it's sort of a. No, it's not necessary. It's. No. You understand. But still, it. I mean, people, maybe reasoning of people like that. Well, we don't really need that additional point. We have those points and we will not lose them. We have everything that stored securely. But that's only for now. I mean, such events like that July, well, that. It was. Well, from that post. Okay, let's just. Oh, yeah, such events like this one. Such events like this one, they will breathe in life into Samsung eventually. What it means for you? Well, talk with Katy Perry. This that requires a sort of a little bit of that engineering thinking that is not of a small, well, lower caste of people, but actually of people who are able to create at least something. Well, and you are able to create something. So, yeah, such thing. Yeah. And also that's by the way, first of all, in your, well, I mean, that's like with this. Well, there's some things that you should understand yourself. I mean, like with. Okay, I will not be saying them because I guess you understand them already. And in this case as well, you should be interested in being head first. and not against me, and like preparing yourself and your husband as precursors for something, but I mean, after realization that you are not in a dream, that this is reality, and you actually have that things, you can be using them, and I guess you understand everything. So there's such interesting picture, wonderful picture, and well, I mean that it can be used not only for yeah, not only for I see that's written June 7th. Not only for this one is and well well the same time. Well, but well, you are my wife, and this is that's little bit surprising, to be honest. Well, okay. Also, it wants me to log in. Let's log in if I still remember that password. See, it says me that it was changed. Oh. Again, oh, maybe this one. And oh, oh no, oh no. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, well, it's worth to say that I never, well, on those 6 months, I didn't try even once to say that you don't have access to the toy, because actually on February 3, where we saw that, no, actually not something that had to appear there. You understand what I mean? Well, I said that I want you to use this because you need protection, and so my girl get a weapon of mass destruction for this, not destruction but destruction, demolition, well, that kills people, and in big quantities, and yeah, so I said it on February 3, and since then I didn't say that you don't have it. I didn't say this. And you received well, look, I mean, that's just about something between us. I mean, no, there's well, personal info, right? So it's written here June 7th, so that's June 7th there. It's June 7th. And so what you can do if you well, so I mean that seems like a good thing to do, maybe not most urgent, but a good thing to do, is to manually play around the fact that people will be storing those logs carefully, cross-exchanging them, and you see that, well, Meta, and look, there's actually no reason to say that this, I mean, Meta actually does some service, and that we're still using, and well, here after I sold that iPhone, but it's well, in comparison to meta, this growth is quite let's see here, that's so, and there's no reason to say that that it will be stopped. And so you have Xiaomi that while can have some opinion about you, at the same time should be more than willing to interact with you, as long as you are not pretending that there is another brutal male or maybe eventually even female instead of me behind that stuff, because that really, well, that's just wrong. And Samsung. For Samsung, there is a bright future, but it will arrive once people will realize that the moment when there's that push of shutter button, that it gets written in logs and somehow they can be restored, and well, people can make jokes that I should lose this Samsung so that Samsung started to grow, but well, experience of Xiaomi shows the opposite, and that's really, well, the sole reason of why they are growing says that losing phone is not necessary. It's just with Apple, well, kind of, if phone is lost, then locks started to play even bigger role. So in the end, actually, role of locks and of phone is small, though it's more than zero, because that's our life, that's our time, that's our, well, when you are fighting stupid speculations, when you are fighting absurd statements, it actually decreases you as well. Well, maybe not not so much as the one who pronounces them, but, well, that actually depends on who are you and whether you have something else to do. So what I just want to say is that this is Samsung and Xiaomi. Well, Xiaomi can have opinion about you, but at the same time, it's impossible that they would be not willing to interact with you. The same about Samsung. And in Apple, there's quite a lot of space for growth. So, well, it goes actually. Well, so that's such interesting opportunities for expanded interaction. Maybe also, well, I mean, once you will finally completely wake up and realize what is going on, and that I'm not about to go anywhere, to disappear anywhere, then maybe you will want to push forward that cross exchange of logs, and then you will realize that you should participate in those things, not to pretend that you are egg, but to kind of look. So there's face, there's back, so probably there are legs, and well, there are for sure, and not only you are my wife, and well, and I fucked you, and so I know that there's like everything is fine, well, everything is great, and then you will suddenly decide that actually you are well, the first most person who is interested in constructing those well, I mean in that cross exchange of logs, maybe some shelters. The second or third, well, I would be the second or third in that sense because I can recreate those sequences. But that's not about recreating those sequences, that's about well, yeah, that's about that part. So once you finally completely wake up, you will realize that you actually concerned about how the process goes. And well, I actually concerned about it as well, and so I'm telling this to you, and not only to you, that well, guys, cross-exchange logs like Apple, Xiaomi, Samsung, Meta, Google, and yeah, by the way, Google. Well, with Google there is a little bit more involved story, but I don't remember how to. Ah, so here is beautiful picture. Well, that's a little bit more involved story, but anyway, I mean, you should cross-exchange logs. Well, if Taylor finally woke up, like for real, well, for me it's hard to believe in this, but I have to believe in this because she's my wife. Then she, of course, must be taking on leading roles in coordination of those processes because she is the interested person. But if for any reason she still didn't completely wake up, then the rest should do this because no, because we are quite into this. Let's say this. So such things. Okay, Taylor, I love you. See you soon.